Caitlin Clark is a sneakerhead, loves putting on different styles, and often signs her game-worn shoes and hands them to young fans. Well, today, after more than 3 years, Nike finally confirmed the release of Caitlin's signature shoe.
It is finally happening. Caitlin is actually talking about her signature shoe drop. She's dropping Easter eggs everywhere. And today there was a photo dump of which Caitlin was wearing a blue pair. And I believe this is going to be the signature pair of CC1s or C1. I think they might be called C1.
Nike expected a home run, a grand slam even. What they got was a full-blown, unprecedented, utter market meltdown. The moment Caitlin Clark's signature shoe dropped, the internet broke. Websites crashed, virtual queues stretched for miles, and entire-size runs vanished faster than a three-pointer from half-court. This wasn't just a big day for Nike. This was an absolute, undisputed commercial phenomenon that shattered every single record in its path, leaving the entire sneaker world speechless. But here's the kicker. This sellout was so much more than just a shoe launch. And what I'm about to show you reveals the real reason it became an instant legend, and why the fallout from this launch is only just beginning.
10/1/26. Mark your calendars, I guess, huh?
You hinted at soon for your own debut of them. Do you have a specific date in mind for that you can share?
I have a day in mind.
Can we know it?
No.
Today
It's not today, obviously.
One of the marks of being a true superstar is getting your own signature shoe, and Caitlin Clark now has hers, unveiling the Caitlin 1 collection. The all-blue kicks are complete with her CC logo on the front, and they'll go on sale October 1st. They'll cost $140. Clark said it's been a dream of hers to have her own shoe, and she wanted it to reflect how she plays. Fast, confident, and ready to let it fly.
And here's where it gets absolutely wild. What truly makes the runaway success of Caitlin Clark's signature shoe so incredibly remarkable is that this release was never just about a basketball product. Not even close. From the jump, this launch instantly transformed into a larger cultural event, an undeniable statement that reflected the sheer, staggering influence Clark has accumulated in an astonishingly short period of time. It wasn't merely about buying a new pair of kicks. It was about tapping into something far bigger, something that has been simmering for years and has now officially boiled over, changing the game forever.
We've waited nearly 3 years for this moment. Where is the shoe? Where is the shoe? Where is the shoe? We waited a long time for the logo. Bam! We got the logo last year. And now, the shoe, not only is the shoe on its way, we have a release date, October 1st. We actually have a reveal of what the shoe looks like. This entire week so far, Caitlin Clark has been rolling out the album.
Now listen to this part because it's crucial. When millions of fans rushed online, battling virtual queues and website crashes to secure a pair of these sneakers, they weren't simply purchasing another athletic product. They weren't just adding to their sneaker collection. For so many of them, they were buying a piece of an asterisk movement, a powerful, undeniable force that has single-handedly transformed women's basketball from a niche sport into one of the most talked about, most captivating, and most commercially viable stories in all of professional sports. This shoe isn't just footwear. It's a tangible symbol of that seismic shift, and the world is finally taking notice.
Caitlin Clark is plummeting, and it's crazy that she's dropping a shoe. Nike dropped the ball with that one as well. And as you can see, she was teasing it all along. You see Caitlin Clark with her shoes in the background. I feel like certain people are skeptical about her shoes. I don't know. Me personally, I'm a big fan of the Caitlin Clark shoes. You know, let me get into it. She even teased it early. I don't know if you guys watched this earlier in the season. This might have been preseason. She gave us a little tease of the blue shoes right here. Shout out to CC, man.
The truth is, the anticipation surrounding this release had been building for months, like a perfectly executed pick and roll, largely because Clark and the marketing wizards at Nike absolutely mastered the art of keeping fans perpetually curious. Every cryptic social media post seemed to contain another tantalizing clue. Every public appearance, every practice photo, created another opportunity for speculation and frantic discussion. Suddenly, basketball fans weren't just spectators. They became amateur detectives, meticulously searching through photographs, scrutinizing videos, and dissecting interviews for any hint, any whisper about what the final product might look like. It was a marketing masterclass, and it completely captivated an entire generation.
Have our first look of the Caitlin Clarks. I am super excited for this sneaker and the colorways, the future colorways that we can get. It releases on October 1st this year for $140, so that's basically around 8 to 9K here, even if it's 135 global. We have a first here. Nike introduces an Opticast upper for those C's and 2's at the other side. The double stack swoosh logos here are a nod to her name, which is CC, Caitlin Clark, which is also the logo, double stack.
But here's where it gets truly fascinating. One of the most discussed clues that sent the internet into a frenzy came when Clark subtly, almost mischievously, changed her social media name to Caitlin1. That seemingly small move immediately generated thousands of reactions, sparking a wildfire of speculation, because fans intuitively suspected it was directly connected to her highly anticipated signature shoe. As that speculation intensified, additional, even more intriguing hints appeared, including bracelets prominently featuring the words Caitlin1, alongside what appeared to be an asterisk significant date. These details, while small individually, collectively created an ongoing, compelling mystery that kept fans engaged, guessing, and desperately wanting more for weeks. By the time Nike officially announced the release date, the company had already achieved something incredibly valuable. It had turned a product launch into a cultural event that people genuinely, deeply cared about. In today's hypersaturated sports landscape, simply capturing attention is often just as important, if not more important, than the product itself. This kind of intense debate is common whenever a major athlete unveils a signature sneaker, because fans often build enormous expectations and create entire narratives long before they ever see the finished product. Interestingly, and perhaps predictably, several eagle-eyed observers immediately pointed out similarities between Clark's shoe and other popular basketball models. Some compared elements of the design to Kevin Durant's iconic signature line, while others noticed features that undeniably reminded them of Ja Morant's sneakers. A few even suggested that certain details resembled shoes from Giannis Antetokounmpo's collection, sparking heated debates across every online forum.
From Caitlin Clark. That was the first little Easter egg. And then yesterday, she revealed a band of bracelets, one of them saying Caitlin1, and underneath that there was a date, which I'm assuming is going to be the date that the shoe drops, which is in October, which is odd because that's after the season ends. And you know, there's two ways to think about this, because Caitlin is going to be playing most likely for the USA basketball team in FIBA, so she will be able to wear them on the court, and also she might be able to wear them beforehand, before the shoe actually drops. I don't really exactly know. Okay, so it's...
Actually, while opinions on the exact design varied considerably, as they always do in sneaker culture, one thing became glaringly obvious very quickly. People were talking about this shoe asterisk constantly asterisk. It was everywhere. And that unprecedented level of conversation, that sustained buzz, is exactly what major brands like Nike dream of generating. Perhaps the most fascinating aspect of the design, beyond the comparisons, is how intentionally and deeply it reflects Clark's own unique identity. Nike incorporated stacked swooshes that subtly resemble her initials, a clever detail that resonated deeply with her core fanbase. Traditionally, signature basketball shoes primarily attract dedicated basketball players and hardcore sneaker collectors. But hold up, here's the game changer. Clark's audience extends Caitlin beyond those traditional groups. She has cultivated an incredibly diverse fan base that includes passionate young athletes, longtime basketball enthusiasts, casual sports viewers, and even people who rarely watch basketball but recognize her name and her impact. That unprecedented level of crossover appeal creates tremendous opportunities for a product launch, because the demand is coming from multiple directions simultaneously. Many analysts have pointed to represents asterisk Caitlin hugely successful signature shoe line as irrefutable evidence that women's basketball footwear can absolutely achieve mainstream global popularity. The Sabrina collection earned widespread praise from players across all levels of the sport, including numerous NBA athletes who regularly wear the shoes during games. That precedent set the stage for what came next.
Latest profile photo features her Nike swoosh. I love the layered look and the hidden C. Shout out to Caitlin Clark style on top of all things Caitlin Clark fashion related. This was one of many teasers that Caitlin Clark dropped this week. we had she dropped the quick little blue, then she dropped the quick little C's, now she dropped the Nike logo. And then earlier, Caitlin Clark gives a first look at the Nike Caitlin 1 on her feet, gum bottoms, right? Are they still called gum bottoms?
And get this, Clark's release appeared poised to follow a similar, if not even more explosive, path. Although some experts believed her unparalleled popularity could potentially push the market even further than Sabrina's groundbreaking success, once the shoe officially became available, the response absolutely exceeded even the most optimistic, wildest projections. Online demand surged almost immediately as fans rushed, frantically, to secure their pairs before inventory simply disappeared into the digital ether. Virtual waiting rooms filled rapidly, checkout queues expanded seemingly without end, and social media platforms became flooded with a chaotic mix of celebrations from successful customers and desperate pleas from those still attempting to complete their purchases. The situation quickly became a familiar, yet still astonishing, scene for anyone who follows major sneaker releases. While some fans celebrated their successful orders, many others immediately started asking whether this launch represented something larger, something more profound than just a successful product release. The answer increasingly, emphatically, appeared to be a resounding yes. The overwhelming popularity of Caitlin Clark's signature shoe reflects a broader, undeniable shift taking place within sports culture. Women's basketball is attracting larger audiences, generating more media attention, and creating new commercial opportunities at a pace few observers, even just a few years ago, would have ever predicted. Clark has become one of the central, undeniable figures driving that monumental growth, and the success of her shoe serves as yet another powerful example of her influence extending far beyond the court.
The gnomes with the CC ones on, these shoes look really nice, Chad. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm a huge fan of these shoes. Look, she's teasing it right here as well. Like, it's a little late though. Like, Nike dropped the ball big time right here. Look, Caitlin Clark, I think these are called the Grinch. You see she put the Santa emoji to cover the shoes, all green shoes right here. Oh man, the Grinch that stole Clarkmas, that would be perfect. And these are the soles, I'm assuming. I don't know, what are these? Are these like, I don't know, I'll let y'all let me know what these are. But, you know, Caitlin always doing a big one. She was with Travis Scott. Now, these are my favorite ones right here. The black ones. And they really show the texture as well. Like, these are giving like Kobe/Kyrie vibes, you know, with her own little twist.
Look for Nike. This launch validates a significant multi-million-dollar investment in one of the most recognizable, most marketable athletes in the entire world. For basketball fans, it represents another stunning milestone in Clark's already remarkable meteoric rise. For the WNBA, it serves as further undeniable evidence that interest in the league continues to expand at an exponential rate, shattering old narratives. Most importantly, for young athletes watching from home, dreaming of their own futures, it provides a powerful, inspiring reminder that women's sports are reaching levels of visibility and commercial success that once seemed utterly impossible. This isn't just about the shoe itself. It involves the continued, unstoppable growth of women's basketball, the emergence of a new generation of sports stars, and the extraordinary, almost magical ability of Hardcore Clark to capture the attention of an audience that seems to grow larger and more diverse every single week. What makes this story even more interesting, even more mind-blowing, is that the shoe itself has become almost secondary to what it asterisked far. A few years ago, the idea of a women's basketball player generating this level of anticipation around a signature sneaker release would have seemed like a wild fantasy for many people to imagine. Today, it feels completely normal, completely expected, because Sabrina Clark has spent years redefining expectations at every single stage of her basketball journey, proving everyone wrong every single time.
Fans have been very upset lately, and it's for many reasons. One of the reasons is how Caitlin Clark's new signature shoes turning out to look. Nobody's happy about it. Caitlin Clark receiving a signature shoe from Nike should not surprise or upset anybody. I mean, it's Caitlin Clark, one of the most popular players, if not the most popular player in the WNBA. However, Nike's had a problem for about the last 5 to 6 years, and that is releasing the same shoe with minimal changes or minimal adaptations to whoever the shoe is for. It's getting
From her record-breaking, history-making college career to her highly anticipated transition into professional basketball, Clark has consistently attracted attention in ways that fundamentally transcend the sport itself. Fans don't just tune in to watch her games because they support her team, or even just because they love basketball. They tune in because there is always a palpable, electric feeling that something memorable, something historic, might happen whenever she steps onto the court. That kind of anticipation, that magnetic pull, is extremely rare in sports, reserved for only the truly generational talents, and it is one of the primary reasons why brands view athletes like Clark as transformational figures, rather than simply talented players. Nike clearly understood this dynamic when it committed to building a signature line that could maintain relevance for years, not just months. That is precisely why the stakes surrounding this release were so incredibly high. The shoe struggled to generate interest. Critics would immediately question whether the excitement surrounding Clark had been exaggerated, whether she was just a flash in the pan. If the launch succeeded, however, it would provide another powerful, undeniable piece of evidence that her popularity is translating directly, massively, into commercial success and unprecedented cultural impact. The results appear to have answered that question rather decisively, silencing the doubters with cold, hard numbers. One of the more fascinating aspects of the rollout involved the timing, which surprised almost everyone. Many observers fully expected Nike to launch the shoe during the absolute height of the WNBA season, when Clark would be playing games and generating headlines almost every single night, maximizing her visibility.
Feature a Cushlon midsole and Air Zoom Turbo at the forefoot, so I hope this is good. And there are hidden messaging in the underfoot, such as shoot more threes from anywhere, and it was never a long shot. Even Travis Scott has his own Caitlin Clark thing right now. He wore the black joints. That is an amazing colorway. I want that. My friend actually mentioned that it kinda looked like the KD17. While I mentioned it kinda reminds me of this LeBron 21 colorway right here. But of course with her own signature look, which is still amazing. So yeah, what do you think about this Caitlin?
Instead, the company chose a release date that surprised many fans, completely subverting expectations. At first glance, the decision seemed unusual, even risky, but there may be a deeply strategic long-term explanation behind it that most people missed. Major brands often think months, or even years, ahead when planning product launches, not just focusing on a single moment.
Favorite details about this shoe is the double stack swoosh, which is a nod towards Caitlin Clark's initials. You'll see an Opticast upper which forms C's and 2's throughout the upper of the shoe, and you'll see Zoom Turbo in the forefoot, making this a legit performance shoe. And you'll even see hidden messages underneath the shoe saying shoot more threes, it was never a long shot, and my personal favorite from anywhere. Maybe the biggest cosign so far is the fact that Travis Scott was wearing the black pair in the official review.
So ESPN are laying into one person on ESPN, Dan Wetzel, is kind of laying into Nike on how they kind of come about with the Caitlin Clark launch, and I agree. Not that I agree. I think it's been a bit of a shit show. I think Caitlin Clark, they are releasing the sneaker at Caitlin Clark's least relevant time as a pro. It's like, I'm just trying to think. It's like releasing Wemby's first signature shoe now, where
Caitlin Clark took off her profile picture and changed it with 3 different images. First, she gave us a cool swoosh, letting us know what the swoosh gonna look like on her shoe. Then she gave us some detail on the designs on the mesh, and then a second look at it. Looks like there's gonna be some C's on the upper, but I think this traction. I think this traction gonna be C. But what I didn't expect is to see them so soon. The very next day, we got leaks. Look at what's on her feet. Those are the Nike Caitlin Clark 1. I gotta get a closer look. We need a closer look. And here we have it. This is the closer look. This is actually magnificent.